well packaged. Is that for their Aprilia?
Yeah. This is the sharpest thing that I could find. They just walked into the car and got keys.
Please.
Oh, wait a second. Dude, it's got a cat. What the f? Wait, it's headers.
That's what I'm saying. This is a full exhaust.
They sent me the wrong thing. What is this? Where's the receipt? Dude. It's heavy as.
Oh. Wow.
What? Ooh. Yeah. Oh. No. So sadly, we had a little oopsies at Summit in practice. Tipped over, kind of started sliding the front, and the rear just swung away from me, went down into the gravel pit. And the crappy thing about gravel is that it just nicks up everything. Hey, nice thing about stock rear sets, they just kind of folded. This did get bent. I didn't end up racing, I decided to pack it up and not risk anything further. So we gotta do some cleanup here. But we can take off the borrowed exhaust because we got, this was supposed to be a slip-on from IXIL, but turns out, as you saw a little earlier, it's not. It has headers, which the Y is cast. It's kind of not great, but it was only 450 bucks. The downside of this whole thing here is that this whole thing, hold on. It has a cat. Not great, and it's really heavy. I wouldn't be surprised if this whole system here is heavier than the stock one, so that's what we're gonna find out. And even it has like a little muffler. It has a little muffler here, which is kind of looks cool, but it's also really heavy. So I thought it was a slip-on and that this was kind of like a little resonator or a smaller cat or something, not this monstrous thing. Now, yes, it is smaller than the stock one, but it's heavy. Ugh. Size of the exhaust. Got a different master in so I can get the lever closer to the throttle because my tiny hands on the stock one are reaching a bit. We got some gearing options now, and I got some different springs in. And then Woodcraft rear sets. Wayne was kind enough to loan me these until mine come in, so I'll just give Wayne mine. Oops, that's the bubble wrap. So we got rear sets now too. So we'll go through putting on the exhaust and the rear sets. And then we will be doing a track day with Aprilia at Pittsburgh. So I get to try out the new heavy exhaust and remove the nice titanium lightweight SC. The bike was 355 pounds with like a half tank of gas as it currently sits. Probably 365 then. So it doesn't matter if you're taking off a different exhaust or a stock exhaust, they're all pretty much the same. You're gonna have your 4 header bolts. So it is easy to just take some, there's 3 bolts and there's one right there to like kind of drop the radiator down. And if you have this mount, it's really even harder to get to them. So you can just take off these 2 mounts and then you can get to them. It's a tight squeeze. And then there's one underbelly bolt here. And that's the same for this stock exhaust as well. I need to You're also going to need to disconnect your O2 sensors. They are labeled Lam 1 and Lam 2. 1 is your left cylinder, the far side here, and 2 is this one. So, because they're not marked on the other sensors, then you'll have to transfer these to your new exhaust as well. With these front bolts of this radiator taken out in that mount over there where your horn would be, you can see your front 4 header bolts. They are 10mm socket. You can get to all 4 of them. Yeah, loosen those. And you take it off. Okay. Before we get our headers on, make sure that your exhaust gaskets are still in place. They do fall out easy. And when you go to put your sensors back on, they're the same, but if you want to keep it how it was in factory, the one with the green clip goes up there on the radiator mount, and that is the right cylinder. That's Lam 2. So the other one would be on the left. This also had like a big plastic mount thing that I took off. I don't even know where it went to show you. So just throw those back on, make them snug. I just have, but I had some out. Oh, don't know why it's on the floor. So far not good. These plates, you can barely start the thread on the nuts. And once you get one nut on, you don't really have, I mean, it's barely on this side. And I don't have enough threads to show on this side. That one's just like sitting there. And it touches our oil pan. So this was, let's say this would be a rushed design here. And this thing is ungodly heavy. I'll keep trying. Before I actually finish putting these exhausts on, I'm going to change out these rear sets. And to do that, since these are folding pegs, we can't exactly, because the swing arm is kind of all in the stress member, you actually have to take out the swing arm bolt, which means everything on the back end, you can't use this to support the bike up. So we have to lift it somewhere underneath here. So what I'm actually going to do is use an old fork tube and go through right here and put it on jack stands. As you can see here, Woodcraft created this little slot so that on this side, so you don't have to pull out the whole swing arm pivot bolt, which is nice. So if you have to replace it, it's easier. Yeah, what I was showing you there is you can change the swing arm pivot height. Now, I'm not ready to mess with that yet, but at some point, definitely gonna mess with that. I don't know why I was holding that. That's really stupid. course, Woolcraft makes some nice stuff. Threw on a new spring. I was running a 900 pound. This is a 1050, so we're quite a bit stiffer. Try that out at Pittsburgh this coming Monday. Some other damage in the crash was the Carbon Smith damper mount broke, which is kind of actually good that that is a fail point. It's just 3D printed carbon, so nothing else breaks. That breaks, so yay. Thanks, John. Exhaust is out getting modified, I guess, hopefully. Have to drill and extract that. I hate gravel. Well, Devin came through, and the local guy, don't know him at all. Apparently he raced Weir at one point, but the cat is gone. Now it's just a straight pipe through. This is still on here for the mount, so looks the same from some angles, but it's still pretty heavy exhaust. We did cut about, it's about 2.5, 3 pounds saved from what it was, so we're about 3 pounds lighter than the stock exhaust. I think we'll get a little lighter once we get a different muffler. Gross. This mount doesn't really line up with the stock one like it looks like. They have like a little piece in the picture. It doesn't really come with it. Or it does come with a mounting bracket here, but it's, I mean, it's solid here. It would be nice to get one more mount. Maybe if I can do something from here to like the foot peg, I don't know. Or get a different mount from where it's supposed to go, but for now, she's solid. Hopefully mix through the Aprilia day on Monday. So I still have to do is some paint and extract this bolt. I think those are gonna break on every crash we have because the swing arm is so wide compared to other bikes. I mean, you have to have your Pitbull rear stand at max width. Ooh. So this is where we're at least for the track day on Monday with Aprilia at Pittsburgh. I just cleared the tank. Get off there, oh, bug. Oh, man. So the clear's still kind of soft, so I can't put on the rest of the LWT on either side or the Aprilia stickers on the tank. Hopefully our number plates show up before we leave to Motoamerica from Dripping Wet. Chris Cruzel. Oh gosh, that's ugly. Good enough for the track day. Before Road America, I'll get some yellow vinyl on here and spray paint. Get her fixed up a little bit more. Exhaust coming, it's on there solid. What I like about this exhaust over the SC Project is nothing, because it's like 4 pounds heavier. All right, but it does clear the lower. The SC Project was hitting all in here, and you can see we were starting to burn through. But here, there's so much room between the headers and the belly pan, which is nice. And it sounds absolutely insane.